Soleil Moonfry's life has been anything but conventional.
What's my name mean? I was born in the month of the sun, and there was a famous song called I've got the sun in the morning and the moon at night.
The song was a favorite of Soleil's mother, Sandra Frye.
It comes from Annie Get Your Gun, and when I was a kid I loved Annie Oakley, and so when she came out I felt like I had the sun in the morning and the moon at night.
And so is Soleil Moon. She couldn't leave out the moon. Mama couldn't leave that out.
Soleil's father, Virgil Frye, was an actor and a boxer.
He'd been a Golden Gloves boxing champion, and then he'd been a civil rights activist. He was known as one of the Hollywood Four.
The famous Hollywood Four are my father, Virgil Frye, Marlon Brando, Tony Franciesta, and Paul Newman. They were very politically active in trying to really protect the civil rights of the American people. And my mom was very involved also in women's rights.
Soleil, born August 6, 1976, was the baby of the family, which includes two half-brothers, Sean Frye and Mino Palouse.
Okay, you should have heard me trying to explain this when I was 6 years old.
How come he got to be Sean, which isn't that unusual, compared to Mino and Soleil?
Well, me and my brother have two different fathers, me and Mino.
Gotcha.
Me and Sean have two different mothers. So me and Mino have the same mother, but not the same father. Me and Sean have the same father, but not the same mother.
Soleil's brother, Mino, was 6 when she was born.
I remember the first moment I saw her in my life. She turned around and gave me the biggest smile, and I fell in love. And the first thing I said was, "Mom, can brothers marry sisters?"
Soleil and her family lived in the bohemian Topanga Canyon area of Los Angeles.
Growing up, we were part of kind of a commune of artists and political activists and writers and directors and actors.
Our whole family was essentially all the great hippie parents and all their kids, all growing up together.
And so my early years were spent running around naked in Topanga with everybody.
Soleil's parents were not officially married.
We had a spiritual marriage with friends, and that was our union.
But the spiritual union between Sandra and Virgil eventually dissolved.
After I was a couple years old, they kind of separated, but I was made up of a very large extended family, you know, godparents and godbrother and godcousins and godsisters, and it was a wonderful extended family. But primarily, it was really my brother and, you know, and my mom and I, and my mom, you know, a struggling single mom.